Hello, good afternoon. It is 1 p.m. for me right now on Tuesday. I actually am not sure what day of the month this is. I think it's like this. Holy shit, we're already like almost done with the month. May 26th. Sorry, took me a second for that, but I am going for a walk. I just took TJ to work and dropped him off, and I have an interview at 4 p.m. today for a new job, so I'm excited for that. I wasn't expecting it until literally just now. The recruiter reached out and asked when I was free, and I said, I'm free today, not really expecting them to ask me to actually come in today. I thought because most of the time, they'll have you come in a day or two after they contact you, at least in my experience. And then I said I was open the next couple days as well. So I was expecting an interview like tomorrow or the next day, but I'm gonna get it done today, so that's really nice. And then I have 2 interviews tomorrow and another interview on Thursday scheduled already. So with the one today, I've got 4 interviews total. And the reason why is because I did lose my job again. Not really lose, but it just wasn't working out. So it was working out in the sense that I liked it. It was the first time that I've actually found work where I enjoyed doing the work. I mean, when I was a kid, when I was a teenager and I worked on a dairy farm, I actually did enjoy that too. But I was making minimum wage. I was making $7.50 an hour, so basically minimum wage. And my boss back then was a piece of work. So I really enjoyed working at the farm. I really enjoyed working with cows and feeding and doing like barn cleanup and stuff. I really didn't mind, shoveling shit, but it sucked when every single day my boss would just scream at us. Like, he would scream at me, he would scream at the other workers, he would scream at his children, he would scream at his wife. He would just scream. Like, he had like no emotional maturity, and that was a nightmare to deal with for the 3.5 years that I worked for him. But my ADHD is kind of getting me sidetracked. This job that I was doing for the last 7 months, I really liked the work. I liked the work environment a lot. I really liked the people that I was serving because I was a direct support professional, which is basically kind of like a CNA without the CNA license. Not all of the people I served needed it, but there were a couple people that I had to help with their bathroom needs, and changing them out of adult diapers. Although, when you're working with people, you don't call them adult diapers, you call them briefs, because that's kind of offensive to a grown person. But I also cooked meals and made sure that they were eating well, and I drove them around the community for outings and to their doctor's appointments and physical therapy. I worked with them through, with emotional regulation and like helping them calm down when they got upset. I had a couple incidences where I had to physically restrain people because they were attacking me, or they were attacking their roommates, or they were threatening self-harm. So my job was basically to intervene in times of crisis. And it was a really good job, but they switched management up quite a bit. And so all three of they're not managers, they're called directors, but all three of the directors that I was hired under are now gone and no longer are with the company either. And the one person that I got to meet was kind of a nightmare. She wouldn't let you speak whatsoever. So the one meeting that she had done so far that I went to, she basically wouldn't answer questions. If you tried to ask a question, she would snap at you. I don't know how to explain it the best, but it's like you ask a question pertaining to the job, and then she would just bite your head off. Like, why are you asking me these questions? You should already know it. This is knowledge that you should have already had, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, well, apparently I don't, and I'm asking you, so if you could just do your job, that would be nice. But, so I was just having a hard time working under her, and so was pretty much everybody. Nobody was. I only heard a couple people say anything positive about the new director, and I've been working 60 hours a week for the last 3 weeks. I've been picking up extra shifts since the beginning of December. And since the beginning of December, I have worked an average of at least 50 hours a week. It's April, or no, it's May. And so I've been doing that for months. And they don't appreciate it because they just continue to ask, can you pick up this shift? Can you pick up this shift? And if you remind them, I've been picking up shifts, I need a day off. They guilt trip you. They treat you worse. And then I was constantly having to stay later than I'm supposed to because other people constantly no-call, no-show. And they don't hold people accountable. So the same people that no-call, no-show, I would just see them nothing happened a week later. And other than the extra hours, there was no incentive. And so, I'm supposed to be done by 10. And then I don't get to leave until 12:30 a.m. because the person scheduled after me didn't show up. And the on-call director isn't willing to do their job and come out to relieve me. This is how it goes for everybody. And then, you're stuck until they basically find someone who's willing to come in. And if they can't, quote unquote, find anybody that's willing to come in, they will straight up tell you that you have to stay for an entire other shift. Even if it's overnight. And so I had that happen to me once. And I was supposed to work the next day. And when I asked them, since I was forced into working this extra overnight shift, and I'm supposed to work again my normal shift 2 to 10, can you guys find somebody and cover me today? Because I've worked my hours. And they were like, what would you working that shift have to do with your shift at, your later shift? That's still your responsibility. That has nothing to do with each other. Really? Like, really? So that's kind of the gist of why this last job didn't work out as much as I really wanted it to. And hopefully I'm on to bigger and better things. Like I said, I've got an interview in about 2.5 hours now. Really excited for it. And for now, I'm just gonna go for this walk. So I keep going back and forth. It's a really hot day, but the rest of this will just be my walk, I think. Ooh, I'm like actually so sweaty right now. It is really hot. I think it must be at least 85 degrees out right now. Holy shit. It is a beautiful day though. Restrooms. I actually kind of have to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna see if these are open. Are these the restrooms? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Oh no, the bathrooms are over there. That building is where the bathrooms are. Okay. This probably was like the old bathroom building or something. Ooh, a butterfly. Oh, I missed it. Ooh, a butterfly again. It's almost like it's summertime. Well, I'm gonna end the video. I just wanted to do a short little quick vlog. So, alright, bye.